Thank you, Jehovah, Heavenly Father, for everything you do for me, for what you do for us, Lord. Heavenly Father, I ask that the Holy Spirit intercede on my behalf as I read and pray. In Yeshua's precious name I pray. Amen. Proverbs 4. Hear, sons, a father's teaching, and listen to know understanding. For teaching good I give to you, my law not do forsake. For son I was to my father, tender and only son before my mother. And he taught me and said to me, make cling my words to your heart. Keep my commands and live. Get wisdom, get understanding, not do forget, and not do stretch away from the words of my mouth. Not do forsake her, and she will keep you. Love her, and she will guard you. The first thing is wisdom. Get wisdom, and with all you're getting, get understanding. Exalt her, and she will lift you up. She will honor you when you embrace her. She will give to your head a wreath of grace. A crown of glory she shall shield you with. Hear, my son, and receive my saying, and shall be many to you the years of life. In the way of wisdom I have taught you. I have made you walk in the tracks of uprightness. When you go, not shall be narrowed your steps, and if you run, not you shall stumble. Take hold on instruction, not do let go. Keep her, for she is your life. On the path of the wicked not do enter, and not do advance in the way of evil ones. Ignore it, not do pass into it. Turn aside from upon it, and pass on. For not do they sleep, if not they have done evil, and is taken away their sleep, if not they cause to stumble. For they eat the bread of wickedness, and the wine of violence they drink. But the path of the righteous is as a light bright, going and shining till is established the day. The way of the wicked is as darkness, not they do know at what they stumble. My son, to my words listen, to what I say bow your ear. Not do let them depart from your eyes, keep them in the center of your heart, for life they are to those who find them, and to all his flesh healing. With all diligence keep your heart, for out of it are the issues of life. Turn away from you the crooked mouth, and devious lips put far from you. Your eyes to the front let look, and your eyelids let look straight before you. Ponder the track of your feet, and all your ways will be set. Not do bend right or left, turn aside your foot from evil. Ecclesiastes 8. Who is like the wise man, or who knows the interpretation of a thing? Wisdom a man's makes shine his face, and his strength face is strange. I say, the king's mouth keep even on the matter of the oath of God. Not do be hasty from his presence to go, not do stand with an evil matter, for all that he pleases he does. Because the word of the king is that which has power. Who then will say to him, what are you doing? Whoever keeps the command not shall know an evil thing. Both time and judgment knows a wise man's heart. Because to every purpose there is a time and judgment. For the evil of man is great upon him. For not he does know what shall be, for when it shall be, who can tell to him? Not is man a ruler over the spirit, to restrain the spirit, and not is that which has power in the day of death, and not is discharge in the war, and not shall deliver wickedness its possessor. All this I have seen, and gave my heart to every work that is done under the sun. Is a time in which rules over man a man for evil to him. And in this I saw the wicked buried, and they came, and from the place holy went, and were forgotten in the city. These things thus had done. Also this is vanity. Where not is executed a sentence on a work evil speedily, therefore is filled the heart of the sons of men in them to do evil. Though a sinner does evil 100 times, and days are long to him, yet also I know that it will be well with those who fear God, who fear before him. But not well it will be for the wicked, and not he will lengthen his days like a shadow, because he not does fear before God. There is a vanity which is done on the earth, that there are just men whom it touches them according to the wicked's works, and there are wicked men to whom it touches to them according to the righteous works. I said that also this is vanity. Then I commended mirth, because naught is good for man under the sun, except to eat and to drink and to rejoice, for that lodges with him in his labor, in the days of his life, which he gives to him God under the sun. When I gave my heart to know wisdom, and to see the task which is done on the earth, for even by day and by night sleep in his eyes he not sees. Then I saw all the work of God, that not is able man to find out the work that is done under the sun. For that which labors man to seek it out, yet he will not find it. And even if speaks the wise man of knowing it, yet not he is able to find it. Ecclesiastes 9. For all this gave I in my heart to explain all this. For all this I gave in to my heart, even to explain all this, that the righteous and the wise and their works are in the hand of God. Also love, also hatred, not do know men all that is before them. All that happens is to all. Even event one is to the righteous and to the wicked, to the good and to the clean, and to the unclean, to the sacrificer and to whom is not him, and to whom is not to him sacrificing. As the good, so the sinner, the swearer, as whom an oath fears. This is an evil among all that is done under the sun, that event one is to all. And also the heart of the sons of men is full of evil, and madness in their heart throughout their lives, and after that they go to the dead. For whoever is chosen to all the living, there is hope, for a dog living is better than a dead lion. For the living know that they will die, but the dead they not do know anything, and not is any more for them a reward, for is forgotten their memory. Also their love and their hatred and their envy already has perished, and a part not is for them any more forever in all that is done under the sun. Go, eat with joy your bread, and drink with a good heart your wine, for already is pleased God with your works. at every time. Let be your garments white, and oil upon your head not let be lacking. Look upon life with the wife whom you love, all the days of the life of your vanity, which he has given to you under the sun. All the days of your vanity, for that is your share in life and in your labor, which you labor under the sun. All that finds your hand to do, with all your strength do it. For not is work or planning or knowledge or wisdom in Sheol where you go there. I returned and saw under the sun that not to the swift is the race, and not to the mighty is the battle, and even not to the wise is bread, and even not to astute men riches, and even not to men of skill favor. For time and occurrence happen to them all. For also not does know man his time, as the fish that are seized in the net evil, and as the birds that are seized in the trap, like them are snared the sons of men in time and evil, and in an evil. Like them are snared the sons of men in time and evil, when it falls upon them suddenly. Also this I saw as wisdom under the sun, and great it is to me. A city little, and men in it few, and came against it a great king, and encircled it, and built against it siege works huge, and was found in it a poor wise man, and he delivered the city by his wisdom, yet not man remembered that poor man. And said I, better wisdom is than strength, but wisdom, the poor man's, is despised, and his words they not are heard. The words of wise men in quiet are heard, more than the cry of one who rules among fools. Better is wisdom than weapons of hostile conflict, but one sinner destroys much good. Oh, this is where I left off. I thought I was reading it again. Chapter 10, Ecclesiastes. Flies of death make stink and ferment. Flies of death make stink and ferment the perfumer's oil. More rare than wisdom than honor is a little folly. The heart of the wise is toward his right, but a fool's heart is toward his left. And also in the way in which the fool walks, his heart is lacking. And he says, to all that a fool he is. If the spirit of the ruler rises up against you, your place not do leave, for composure quiets great offenses. There is an evil I have seen under the sun, like an error which comes from the ruler's presence, is given folly in high positions many, and rich men in humble situations sit. I have seen slaves on horses, and rulers walking as slaves on the earth. He who digs a pit into it may fall, and one breaking a wall may bite him a snake. He who quarries stones may be hurt by them. He who splits trees may be endangered by them. If it blunt the iron, and he not the faces does wet, then more strength he must exert. But an advantage giving success is wisdom. If will bite the snake without charming, then no advantage to the master of the tongue. The words of a mouth are wise grace, but the lips of a fool swallow him. The beginning of the words of his mouth is folly, and the end of his mouth is evil madness. Yet the fool makes many words, not does know man what shall be, and what shall be after him, who can tell to him? The labor of fools wearies him, because not he does know how to go to the city. The labor of fools wearies him, because not he does know how to go to the city. Woe to you, O land, when your king is a lad, and your officials in the morning eat. Blessed are you, O land, when your king is a noble's son, is a son of nobles, and your officials in due time eat, for strength, and not for drinking through indolence, and not for drinking. Through indolence sinks the rafter, and through the lowering of hands leaks the house. For laughter is prepared bread, and wine gladdens life. But silver answers all things. Also in your thought a king not do curse, and in rooms of your bed not do curse a rich man. For a bird of the heavens may carry the voice, and the Lord of the wings may tell the matter. Ecclesiastes 11. Send out your bread on the surface of the waters, for in many days you will find it. Give a share to 7, or even to 8. For not you do know what may be evil on the earth. If are full the clouds of rain, on the earth they empty. And if falls the tree to the south, or if to the north, in the place where it falls the tree, there it shall be. He who watches the wind not shall sow, and he who looks at the clouds not shall reap. As you not do know what is the way of the wind, as the bones in the womb of the pregnant woman, even so not you do know the work of God, who makes all things. In the morning sow your seed, and until evening not do let rest your hand. For you not do know where this shall succeed, either this, or whether both as one will be good. Also is sweet the light it is, and good for the eyes to see the sun. But if many years lives the man in them all, let him rejoice, and remember the days of darkness, for many they shall be. All that may come is vanity. Rejoice, O young man, in your childhood, and make good your heart in the days of your youth, and walk in the ways of your heart, and in the sight of your eyes. But know that for all these things will bring you God into judgment. Therefore remove vexation from your heart, and make evil pass from your flesh. For childhood and prime of life are vanity. Remember now your Creator in the days of your youth, so long that not do come the days of evil, and strike the years when you shall say, Not is for me in them pleasure. So long that not are darkened the sun, or the light, or the moon, or the stars, or return the clouds after the rain. In the day when trembles the guards of the house, and will bend the men of valor, and will be idle the grinders, because they are few, and are darkened they who look out the windows, and are shut the doors in the streets, when is low the sound of grinding, and one arises at the sound of the bird, and are silenced all the daughters of the song. Also of a high place they are afraid, and terrors along the way. And blooms the almond tree, and makes himself a burden the locust, and breaks desire, because is going man to the house of his eternity, and go about in the street the mourners, before not is removed the silver cord, or is crushed the bowl golden, or is shattered the pitcher at the spring, or is crushed the wheel at the cistern. Then will return the dust on the earth as it was, and the spirit shall return to God, who gave it. Vanity of vanities, says the preacher, all is vanity. And more than that, the preacher wise, still more he taught knowledge the people, and gave ear, and sought, and set in order many proverbs. Sought the preacher to find out words of delight, and written upright words of truth. The words of the wise are like ox goads, and as nails driven in are the masters of collections. They are given from one shepherd. And more than these, my son, be warned, the making of many books has not an end, and much study is weariness of the flesh. The end of the matter whole let us hear. God fear, and his commandments keep, for this applies to every man. For every work God shall bring into judgment with all that is hidden, whether it is good or whether it is evil. Psalm 100, a psalm of thanksgiving. Shout joyfully to Jehovah, all the land. Serve Jehovah with gladness. Come before his face with singing. Know that Jehovah, he is God. He has made us, and not we ourselves, his people, and the sheep of his pasture. Enter into his gates with thanksgiving, into his courts with praise. Be thankful to him, bless his name, for is good Jehovah, is everlasting his mercy, and unto generation and generation his faithfulness. Psalm 101, of David, a psalm. Mercy and judgment I will sing of. To you, O Jehovah, I will sing praise. I will act wisely in a perfect way. O when will you come to me? I will walk in my heart's integrity in the midst of my house. Not I will set before my eyes a worthless thing. The doing of the ones turning aside I have hated, not it shall fasten upon me. A heart perverse shall depart from me. Evil not I will know. Whoever slanders secretly his neighbor, him I will cut off. Who has high eyes and a proud heart, him not I will endure. My eyes shall be on the faithful of the land, to dwell with me. He who walks in a perfect way, he shall minister to me. None shall dwell inside my house, he who works falsely, who speaks lies, none shall be fixed before my eyes. In the mornings I will cut off all the wicked of the land, to cut off from the city of Jehovah all the workers of evil. Jehovah, Heavenly Father, I lift up my hands to your holy oracle, asking for guidance for this country and help for us, Lord. Dear Lord, I know that all things are in your hands, and I don't know what you have planned. I couldn't possibly know. But Heavenly Father, I always look to you for guidance every day, and I thank you so much for your kindness to me. I lift up Mrs. Ravel right now, Lord, and I ask that you watch over her. Peggy, Victor, and Demario, my brother, my family, my mother, my father. If there's anybody I'm forgetting, Lord, the little kids, Lord, and all the zoos around the world, Lord, and their caregivers. Heavenly Father, I lift them up too, that you renew their strength and give them strength to keep going and to watch over the animals. And forgive me where I fall short, Lord. Guide and direct me in the way I should go. And just a closer walk with thee, Lord. In Yeshua's precious name I pray. Amen.